Hey, hi, welcome back to the tour. This building should be familiar to anybody who lived, worked, played in Ann Arbor, went to school in Ann Arbor. This is, of course, the Michigan Union, which was built in 1917. The official location is 530 South State Street. It is right across the street from the Art Museum, right across the street, kind of, from Angel Hall. So you know the Union. So welcome to the Michigan Union, one of the most beloved buildings on campus. Impressive in stature, alive with activity. Enter the Michigan Union and you'll find yourself immediately immersed in the Go Blue culture. The Michigan Union houses study and meeting spaces, 6 eateries, shops, and student services. And it's home to the Idea Hub for student organizations, run by the Center for Campus Involvement. While you're here, be sure to stroll through the historic halls, enjoy the beautifully restored architectural details, and imagine all the Wolverines who have come through the doors. That is from the unions.umich.edu. In 1904, the first meeting of the Michigan Union was held at Waterman Gymnasium and was attended by over 1,100 male students. The Michigan Union was envisioned as an all-inclusive organization to promote feelings of unity for men. So I guess all-inclusive means men. From the beginning, the Michigan Union founders were adamant about finding a home for the organization. In 1914, there were over 4,000 members of the Michigan Union, each responsible for yearly dues of $2.50. According to the 1914 Sears catalog, $2.50 could buy you 36 pair of socks, 2 bedspreads, or a wooden chair. In 1916, the original union, Judge Thomas Cooley's former home, was demolished and construction on a new union began. The money to complete the interior of the building was secured in pledges, but due to the war in the spring of 1917, the pledges became difficult to collect. While in its unfinished state, the building was used as a barracks and mess hall for the Student Army Training Corps. In 1956, the rules regarding women entering the Union were lifted, and women were allowed to enter the Michigan Union by way of any door and unaccompanied by a male escort. Early on the morning of October 14, 1960, Democrat presidential nominee John F. Kennedy arrived at the Michigan Union to stay the night. Students anticipating his visit had gathered outside the Union. Seeing the throngs of students waiting for him, Kennedy gave an impromptu speech that launched a signature program of his administration, the Peace Corps. And there's a plaque today to commemorate their visit. On November 5, 1962, a visit from Martin Luther King was arranged by the university's Office of Religious Affairs and the Michigan Union Special Projects Committee. Dr. King gave 2 speeches to the students at Hill Auditorium. Dr. King's first speech was called Moral Issues and Discrimination, and his second speech was The Future of Integration. In between the 2 speeches, Dr. King attended luncheon in the Michigan's Union Anderson Room and met with students to discuss his thoughts. So quite a history behind the Union. Again, asking for comments, recollections. When I first posted this photograph, here are the comments. One person simply said, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Another person, my first job was here in 1971, 72, 73, $5 an hour. If you stopped by the Union and bought a ticket to a show at Hill Auditorium or Chrysler Arena, you bought it from me. Marches for Justice and the Planet usually ended up here for speeches and policy advancements of the times. Somebody else said the ultimate multi-purpose building. Somebody else remembered high school proms, studying during undergrad, performing dances in the art gallery, occasional lunches when working in Fleming Building, which is right next door. Such a lovely building. What was happening in 1917? Well, we know a lot of things were going on in 1917. 1917 was the beginning of the Russian Revolution against Tsarist rule. Also 1917 is when the United States entered World War I. In that year, Congress makes a declaration of war on Germany and sends U.S. troops into battle against Germany in World War I. And the U.S. pays Denmark $25 million for the Virgin Islands. So that's a quick look at our lovely Michigan Union building, some comments, as well as what was happening in the world at that particular time. As always, I encourage you, if you want to continue to receive these on a timely basis, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, and you'll be notified. There's at least one a week that I post, and there will be close to 70 total. So it's a pretty comprehensive tour of the University of Michigan campus and Ann Arbor. So as always, thank you so much, and please stay tuned. Thank you.